What seemed to be a far-fetched rumor at first became reality in January 2025. Lewis Hamilton left the safe haven of Mercedes to become a beacon of hope at a struggling Scuderia. As a big Ferrari fan myself, I was very excited about this collaboration. The GOAT of F1, statistically at least, going to Maranello, yes please. Now, I was never a big Hamilton fan, but come on, with the successes this guy has racked up, who wouldn't want him in their team? This had Schumacher vibes all over it. The start was very promising as well, with that dominant win in only the second round in this sprint race in China. Somehow it sadly already proved to be the highlight of the partnership, with the rest of the season proving to be a huge disappointment in the end. I still hope, however, Lewis and Ferrari will get the best out of each other. Fingers crossed they find their way back to the top this 2026 season, and this, what looked like a fairy tale story at first, will get its happy ending after all. When the first pictures of Lewis in a red overall were presented, we also got a first glimpse of his new helmet. Launch season is always an exciting time, and since drivers change their helmet designs at least every year these days, a lot of people were eagerly anticipating what Lewis's first Ferrari lid would look like. I usually don't really like drivers changing their helmets almost every race now, it seems. I kinda miss the days when the helmet was part of the driver's identity and could immediately be recognized. When someone switches teams, however, I can at least understand why you would then change it up a bit on that occasion. The 2025 design Lewis presented looked pretty neat, I think. I'm not a big fan of the modern style layouts, but I have to say this one really worked for me. Only two base colors were used, the yellow and red, and these are colors that have a strong link with Ferrari. Then this also crosses over to Lewis's story as well. Hamilton famously had yellow base helmets for the early part of his professional career, even harking back to his karting days. This apparently came from his dad Anthony, who wanted to be able to spot Lewis immediately on track. His very first helmet, however, was actually not yellow but red, and then to have these two colors combined on his first Ferrari lid just somehow made total sense. Of Hamilton's 2025 regular Ferrari half-scale mini helmet, there were actually two versions that have been released. The first batch mainly had a different shape, with the rear spoiler integrated in the shell. The design itself was also slightly different to the one I have, with it matching the early season helmet Lewis used. The differences I spotted were mainly on the top part, where the old version had Lewis's V-shaped logo on top and his number 44. The HP logo was also rotated 180 degrees, and the sides didn't have the number 44 on them either. Even the color of the helmet was a slightly darker shade of yellow. So this newer release has a round shape, and that is actually a good thing, I think. The first version of his real helmet actually had a painted rear aero piece attached to it, and this rear spoiler is one that is developed by Ferrari themselves, I believe. It has a very different shape to the regular Bell spoilers that are commonly used. Later in the season, Lewis still used the Ferrari-issued aero, but this time it was kept unpainted. Luckily, Bell decided to use the non-spoiler shell for the second batch of Hamilton Ferrari helmets, so modders could develop the correct type aero piece for this mini version. Aside from the two versions of the standard design of Lewis's helmet, I think 4 more special editions have been released as well. First there was the Miami helmet with the blue accents, a Monza edition in yellow and white, and a Brazilian Grand Prix mini replica have also been produced. A Singapore Grand Prix helmet too, but that one is still not out yet at the time of writing this review, I think. These 4 editions are released in very limited runs and come with special packaging and display case, and are, as to be expected, a lot more expensive too, at around a whopping €760, almost 4 times the price of this regular release. So this standard mini helmet comes in a normal Ferrari branded box. It's matte black with a red stripe running across all the faces. A Ferrari prancing horse is prominently featured, with the info of the contents below the red line. The sides then have a Bell logo on them, and on the back is the Ferrari licensing sticker and stated that this is not a toy. The bottom then has all the sports mini line info on it together with the model's barcode. The top flap then features another Cavallino Rampante. These newer Bell releases all come now in a protective string bag with the Bell branding on it. At first glance, this second version of the standard mini helmet looks great, I think. I really like the tinted visor. This is something Bell has been adding for some time now to their mini helmets, so no more struggling to tint the visors myself anymore. Hooray! I also noticed they now provide their own colored visor screws and hands anchors too, so another hooray for that. So yeah, so far so good. So it's cool to see that Bell apparently takes notes from their customers, as these relatively new added details are pretty nice, I think, especially for those who aren't too much into the modding scene and want a more realistic looking mini helmet. Aside from the tinted visor and colored pieces, this visor also features new Bell branded limit screws and tear of tension posts as well. It also has a small latch now, which is another cool addition. This Hamilton helmet then is pretty good, I think. I love the matte finishing and the colors look vibrant. All the logos are clear too, and I don't see any major flaws or quality issues anywhere. A cool feature on these minis is of course the opening visor. The interior on this mini is very yellow, which I think kinda looks cool, matching the base color of the helmet. 2 Bell logo stickers are featured on the padding too, at eye level on each side. The design then has been nicely replicated too. The red stripes really stand out, and the orange colored gradient looks nice as well. The bigger red part on the front, just underneath the visor, has these 2 vents in it. These are sadly decals underneath the clear coat and no real openings. Luckily it doesn't look too bad. Above the visor the Ferrari logo stands proudly, and these 2 red lines give it a bit more of a dramatic and dynamic look. The sides then have a more recognizable bit with these 3 spiky beams with the 7 stars in them, reminiscent to some of Lewis's older designs sharing this feature. On the back too, this ham name abbreviation letters is also a returning detail. Although I think it looks a bit cluttered with the many sponsor logos, I still kinda like this design. The colors work well together and you can recognize some of the Hamilton design traits here and there. This mini version certainly quite looks like the real thing, and the addition of some of the more detailed and realistic pieces really help improve the overall look. Sadly then, it's not all perfect, and apparently Bell has done a lot of compromises to have a fair quality cost trade-off. For instance, the colored screws and handsprings aren't actually totally accurate. The color is a bit too bright on the screws, and the hands anchors don't have all the correct engravings on them. The shape of the visor strip then is also wrong, with Ferrari using these longer ones where the edges swoop up following the shape of the visor. The arrow pieces on the top of the helmet are also missing, and this is something Bell used to add on their mini helmets a few years ago. They do sell those arrow pieces separately nowadays, so it's not that it's necessarily the quality going down, but them trying to make an extra buck by not offering these things as standard. These are actually main gripes with all these newer official Bell minis, but luckily the modding community allows us to rectify some of these issues. So to upgrade my mini helmet, I added the triangular top vents and dummy dots replicating the cooling holes. The visor now has a correctly shaped strip and a rain grommet too on the top. Some tear-offs then have been attached, and this FIA hologram sticker has been added too. The front end has the lip spoiler on it now, and on the back too that special Ferrari style rear arrow has been added. For it to be completely correct, the original HP logo underneath the spoiler had to be covered up with a yellow roundel. The HP sponsor then has been added again, but now on top of the arrow piece. This all makes this mini helmet look a lot more like the real one. Maybe someday I'll also switch the visor screws and hands anchors to more realistic ones, but yeah, who knows. And so with that, I would like to ask you, what do you think of this mini helmet? Do you prefer the first version or maybe one of the special editions? Let me know in the comments. So thanks for watching this review of the 2025 Lewis Hamilton Ferrari mini helmet. Leave a like if you enjoyed it, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so, and check out the other content on the channel too, like this review of this other Lewis Hamilton mini helmet, the 2012 Singapore Grand Prix special. In the meantime, take care, and I hope to see you again in a next one.